Welcome back everybody to Attack of the B Team. And I'm holding my wonderful new sword that we made in the last episode. And in this episode, we're going to do a little bit more tinkering at the construct here. But we've got a ton of things to build today and a few things I want to show you. So let's get right into it. Let's go. First thing we got to do is upgrade our tool station. So let's take a look at in here, and we're going to go tool station. Do we have tool station? Yeah, tool forge. This is what we want to make. We want to so we need to take our current tool forge, and we need 3 seared bricks and 4 blocks of iron. So turn around. And we want some seared bricks. 3 seared bricks, we'll take all of them. We need some iron. We need 4 of these bad boys. And then, then what we need is to basically tear this guy out from here. All right. So we're gonna throw him in the middle. Grab our seared bricks and our blocks of iron. I just kind of left all of this stuff that we were using in the last episode up here in our camo chest because we're going to need it again right away here, and I figured why throw it away, right? So throw those guys on the side and one of those each along the top, and we have a tool forge. Now we take our tool forge and we put it right back where we had the other guy, and now you'll see we have a bunch more options available to us. We have a hammer. We have a, this is a lumber axe. This is an excavator, and this is a scythe. We have a, I believe this is called a, cleaver. I can just click on it and read what it says, you know. So yeah, so hammer, lumber axe, excavator, scythe, cleaver, battle axe. I believe those are all the new things that it gives you access to. What we're going to do in this episode is we're going to make a few things. We're going to start with something that we could have made without the tool forge. I just want to mention that right up front because just so you don't think that you have to have this tool forge to do this. But I want to make a better bow, right? So we have our awesome new cutlass, which we called the bad boy. We need a badass short bow to go with it, right? Oh. All right, I lost that arrow. I don't know what happened to that. But so, to make this arrow, we're gonna need a few things. We need some cactus. Yes, cactus. So let's just grab, I don't know, let's say 32 of those. We need some green. Whoa, what happened there? Slime. So we're gonna need this green slime crystal. Let's grab that. And what else do we need? We need some flame string, right? So I don't think we need too much of that, but whatever. Let's just grab 32. And we need some moss and some redstone. I don't think we grabbed any redstone last time, did we? So let's grab a whole stack of those. I don't think we have redstone here. Nope. Okay. So we're gonna need our cactus. We're gonna need our redstone. We're gonna need our flame, our crystal. We're also gonna need these guys for upgrading. And I think that's it. So yeah, green slime, flame, moss, redstone. All right. So first thing we have to do is actually make the bow. So what we want to do here is we need 2 tool rods, right? So let's take our slime crystal. Now, as you'll see here, the material cost is only 0.5, right? So we actually get a slime rod and we get a shard. So put the shard back in and we get another rod, all right? And we need 2 rods for a bow. And we're going to use both of them being these slime rods. So again, I did a ton of testing on this in kind of like a creative world, just to kind of mix and match and see what, for me anyway, what the best tools and weapons would be. And this is what I came up with, right? So I want 2 of these green tool slime rods. I didn't go with the blue because it's basically the same thing, except for the durability is lower. So hey, why not use the green ones, right? So yeah, we need that. And then now we need to actually make our bow. So if we go in here, click on the bow, we need, so we got this flame string. Oh wait, no, my bad. We need to actually turn it into bowstring. So we take our flame string, we throw it in here with the bowstring. We need 1 fiery bowstring, right? So this is just a bit better. You can use normal string. The fiery bowstring, I don't remember exactly what this does, but I remember it's better. Maybe it adds some fire aspect to it. I can't remember now. We'll see. Let's see here. So if we put these two slime rods in here, and then we put the fiery bowstring in here, we get a durability, pretty high durability actually, because of these rods. Our base attack is 0.5. The attack for this really doesn't matter because it's the arrows, which you'll see in a minute, that do everything, right? So we've got the draw speed. So the reason I went with this is because it gave us the best arrow speed. Now you want the arrow speed to be as high as you can, and this is kind of the combo I came up with that gave me a really awesome arrow speed. The draw speed is actually shorter, or sorry, longer than a normal bow, right? But we're gonna fix that, and you'll see how. Again, this gives you your base modifiers of 3. We didn't use any paper, so we only get 3, right? So let's grab our bow out of there. Now let's go back and hit our tool forge, and let's throw the bow into here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead, and basically what we're doing is we're going to add some cactus onto this. Oops, that's not what we're going to do. Oh, cactus was for the next thing. I didn't need that right now. Oops, sorry. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do what I normally do with most of my stuff. Pretty much everything I do is going to have mouse in it, and then it's going to have some other modifiers. So I'm going to add the modifiers right now. We'll come back and I'll show you what I did. You don't need to see all that because you know how that works. I made a short bow with moss for the auto repair, and then I loaded it up on haste. And as you can see, it's changed the draw speed down to 0.7. So this guy now draws really fast, and it fires really hard, which is awesome. So the next thing we need to do is make some custom arrows, because these guys are just regular old arrows that we made a long time ago. So we're gonna make 2 stacks of some pretty awesome arrows, I think. We're gonna use cactus arrowheads, right? So that gives us, so we need 2 stacks of those. And then we also need to make some rods out of this slime. Let's see if I, oh, all right, here, let me skip ahead. I'll make all the rods out of this, and I'll be right back. So we've got all of our rods made out of the slime rods. So I used blue in this case because it didn't seem to matter at all for green or blue in this particular case. Didn't change anything. You want to use the slime because it's really light, right? So you want the arrows to be as light as possible. The slime are light, but it adds durability. The cactus is light, and it also adds the jagged, right? So it does some more damage. And then last but not least, we want to make our fletching out of feathers, because again, that's the lightest material, and it's also the most accurate, right? So you'll get the best accuracy and lightness out of this, right? So this is going to be our arrows. We're going to make 2 complete stacks with the same setup here. So if I go into here and I go arrow, where is the arrow? There you are. So let's put in a full stack of these guys. Okay, so these actually do stack. You just have to do it manually. So let me do that cleaned up, and I'm going to make 2 full stacks just like this, and then we're going to modify them. I have a million arrows now because I didn't realize when I made 1 set it gave me 4. So instead of my 2 stacks that I wanted, I have an extra 6. So I'm just going to throw those into the item system, and if I say ever need more arrows, I've got tons. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is modify these arrows. So I want 2 different sets of arrows. We want one set of arrows that are just like super sharp, just destroys things that hit them. And we want another set of arrows that are pretty damaging, not quite as damaging, but catch them on fire. So all we're gonna do is for one set, right, we're gonna add a bunch of blaze powder, right? So one set of blaze powder takes us up to 20, like what, 25? So add 50 to these and we get a total of like 52 sets, 2 modifiers on here. And the fiery, I believe it lasts for, where are we here? Arrows. I believe it lasts for like a good minute or something. I can't remember. I'll check it out later and let you know. But this gives fiery for quite some time. It lights them on fire. The other ones will just be like full up sharpness with the quartz. So here's the finished arrows. We've got a set of fiery arrows that with 96 accuracy, are really low weight. They do 4.5 hearts of damage, plus they catch things on fire. And then we've also got a set of fully quartzed arrows that do 7.5 hearts of damage. Yeah, so those are both pretty cool. I didn't upgrade them with the 2 extra modifiers, so I can do that in the future to give them, and I think I just throw on even more sharpness to both sets, so I could do 2 more full modifiers on each with more sharpness, which would raise the hearts up, right, and do even more damage. So I'll see how these do, and if I think that they need to be even more powerful, then we'll do that. And I apologize for this rain. I wish it would go away. But yeah, so we've got our fiery arrows. I named these ones Fiery Death. I've been doing a really bad job of naming things. Oh, how did these ones get named the same thing? I wanted these ones to be called Armor Piercing and these ones to be named Fiery Death, so hopefully I can rename that when I put more modifiers on it. But oops. Anyhow, I wanted to name those things. Alright, so there we go. So now we've got arrows. So if I go, let's see, let's take the fiery ones and put them out of my inventory for the moment, and I just shoot this. Like, those things are pretty destructive, right? We'll go test these out a little later and actually see how they work. Alright, so we've got a couple more things. So now we've got like some serious weaponry going on here, right? We've got an awesome bow, an awesome sword, and some great arrows. Now we need to upgrade our tool chest. So the tools we want to make are as such. So the first thing we need to make is we need to make ourselves a new pickaxe, because this pickaxe isn't good enough anymore. So the first thing that we want to do is, so here, actually what I'm going to do is here, I'll throw together the basic the tool, and then I'll walk you through what I've done, okay? Because it's going to be a lot of the same, you know, smelt this, craft that, do this, add modifiers. So I'll walk you through all the tools, and then I'll show you what they can do. So just a minute, I'll be back with the pickaxe, the precision smelter. I've thrown lapis on there for the luck. I've given it full luck. It's got fortune 3. I've thrown the moss on there for auto repair. I've thrown the redstone on there, 3 levels of redstone to make it super fast. And the last thing I want to throw on here is a lava crystal, which gives it lava, which means that it has auto smelt. Oh, and also, I guess I didn't tell you what I actually built it out of. So I actually built it out of maluilium. So I used the head was maluilium, and the rod was maluilium, and then the binding was paper, right, to give it 1 extra modifier. So instead of having a base of 3, it had a base of 4. I threw on 1 of each of these, right? So the block of gold and a diamond to give it another modifier, and then the block of diamond and a notch or golden apple to give it another modifier, right? So it basically went up to, so it had like 6 modifiers. So then I was able to get this level on there, right? So I used maluilium for the mining level. It's the highest mining level you can get. Also, I used maluilium for the handle instead of paper, because the durability on this is 3000, and the reason for that is because maluilium is a really high durability, but also if you use manulium or manulium, man, I really had time saying that word, manulium on the handle, it actually gives it a 2.5 durability modifier, right? So it multiplies the base durability of the pickaxe head by 2.5. So it makes it super durable. Now, that's not a huge deal because of the moss on there, right? But the moss, it heals things pretty slowly, right? So with the sword, not a big deal because you hit things, you run away, you go do other stuff, whatever, right? It heals up, no problem. But with a pickaxe, you're normally mining like constantly for a while. So I kind of wanted the durability up a little bit on this, so I sacrificed one modifier for that. All I would have used it for anyway probably is to throw on another haste to make it a bit quicker. But we can still do one more when we get the nether stars, right? So I don't think this will be much of a sacrifice. So this replaces that. Now if we actually compare these two things, so here's the one that we just built, right? 3000 durability, mining speed 24, mining level manulium. This guy had a durability of 12, mining speed of 11, only obsidian, and it had a bunch of other stuff on there because I had to, like for diamond, I had to get it up its mining level and so on and so forth. So this guy is just tons better, and I'm going to demo the auto smell stuff a little bit later, and it's going to be pretty cool. So the next thing that we want to build now is a mattock. So let me build that and I'll walk you through what I did with that and why. So actually kind of wanted to show you how this one was made because we haven't done one of these before. So basically a mattock is just built with an axe head, a shovel head, and a tool rod, right? So it doesn't have a binding, which sucks. It means you can't get an extra modifier to this. So again, what I'm going with here is the tool rod, the manulium tool rod, to give it the 2.5 durability modifier on whatever the head is made out of. Now I'm making this guy out of cobalt. So I have a cobalt axe head and a cobalt shovel. And the reason I'm doing that is because cobalt is the fastest mining speed, right? So this is gonna make this guy super fast. So we're kind of making up for the fact that we don't have as many modifiers by making it out of cobalt, right? Because that is kind of giving it a bit of the redstone touch that we would be giving it if we were adding extra modifiers. So yeah, so I'm gonna call this one the soft touch. All I've done is I've loaded this guy up with, throw on the haste, 3 levels of haste, a moss, and of course one of each of these, so it gives me the extra modifier. So 2 extra modifiers, right? I've got 1 modifier left on this for now. I want to throw on a silky jewel, right? And a silky jewel gives it silk touch, right? So this now means that using this tool, I can, you know, like break glass without it actually shattering, and pick up dirt with the grass and all that jazz. So now I've got an actual silk touch tool that I can use in place of my normal. So this basically replaces, so this, because it's a shovel and a shovel and an axe, it kind of replaces both of these tools, right? The downside to this is that it doesn't do, I think it's gravel and sand very well. Like it's not very effective on those two things. I don't think it's meant for them. So that's kind of a bummer, but if we decide later on that we actually need a couple of these, maybe a shovel, but I think this might be good enough because of the other tools that we're going to be building, which we'll get to right away here. So this guy can replace you as well, right? You're my old short bow and you're my old arrows. So far we've replaced basically all of this with these 4 tools, and of course these arrows. All right, so everything we've built so far can be built without the advanced tool forge, right? You can do that in the normal tool station. What we're about to get into, there's 3 more tools we're going to build. These ones require the tool forge, and they are pretty awesome. So let's get into it. The next thing we're going to build is a hammer, right? So we need, these are very different now. So we need a hammerhead, 2 of these massive plates, and a massive rod, right? So they're much bigger pieces, right? So if we go over here and we look at these guys, we need the tough tool rod, we need the large plates, and we need the hammerhead casts. Now, these things are all like, these things are pretty big, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build these up like I've been doing so far, and then we'll put it all together in the tool folder together. This guy is made out of cobalt entirely on the top, right? So 2 large cobalt plates and a cobalt hammerhead. Again, this is for speed. We want this thing to be as fast as it can possibly be. Cobalt is the fastest material to make heads out of, and I need to make it all out of cobalt. If I put paper for these guys, it reduces, like paper for the large plates, it reduces the mining speed. So I had to sacrifice paper for more modifiers in this case so that I could have a faster mining speed, which is fine because I'm probably just going to add redstone to make it faster anyway. So cobalt all across the top, paper tough rod in the middle, and the tunnel maker 4000 has become part of my inventory. So now the next thing we need to do is modify this baby up. All right, so we've loaded up the tunnel maker 4000 with some moss for auto repair like usual, some lapis to give us the looting, and well, actually fortune 3, but because it's a hammer, it's also actually an attack weapon. You'll see it's got 3.5 damage, so you can use it as an attack weapon. It's not very good, but it has looting 3 because we added the lapis. And then I loaded the rest of it up, so 4 levels more of redstone, right? To get that, again, I added the extra modifiers using a block of diamond and the golden apple, a block of gold and the diamond, right? And this makes us a pretty impressive hammer, right? And I'll show you what the hammer does once we've built the last 2 tools. The next tool on the chopping block here is our lumber axe. So the lumber axe we're gonna make again out of cobalt. You see a theme here, right? So we're using the cobalt broadaxe head and the cobalt large plate. Both of those made out of cobalt for the mining speed, right? And when I say mining speed, I mean the speed at which it actually mines resources, right? So if it's a lumber axe in this case, we're talking about wood, right? In the previous case with the hammer, we're talking about stone and ores. And in the next one, you'll see it also has similar aspects. We have a tough paper binding and a tough paper rod. We're using paper here for the modifiers. We don't sacrifice anything in this case, so our durability I think is going to be fine at 1350 because I don't mine all that many trees, right? So I think it'll be fine. We're going to call this guy Chop It All Down, and you'll see why we call it that when we go out and test this bad boy out. I threw on auto repair, obviously, and then loaded the rest up with haste. I've got 6 levels of haste for a total of 300 redstone on this guy. One other thing you can do with this as well is you could put a lava crystal on here, and so when you chop down wood, it turns all the wood into charcoal. I might make another one of those in the future if I need a lot of charcoal, right? Instead of smelting up all of that wood. I don't actually see the need for that right now, unless maybe I want to use it for fuel or something of that nature in the future. But for right now, this is going to be a way I chop down trees, and it's going to do it like a champ. So the last tool that we want to build today is the excavator. So our excavator will be made out of cobalt as well for the speed like we've done in the past, and we need the plate and the head, as well as paper again for the binding and the rod for the modifiers. And this guy, our dirt what dirt or dirt what dirt will be an amazing way to just get rid of, you know, dirt and gravel and sand and all of those things, which is why I don't think that the mattock will be too much of a thing, right? So this guy is pretty much identical to the lumber axe, except for, of course, it's a shovel, right? It's an excavator, but it's got moss on there for auto repair. It's got redstone on there, 6 levels to make it the most amazing, fastest excavator known ever. All right. So now there we go. We've got some precision tools, right? So we've got our precision smelter for pickaxe, so we can, you know, chop down one ore at a time if we want to. This also has auto smelt on it, so it's going to do some pretty cool stuff. This is the silk touch. I want to, you know, pick up stuff off the ground. So we've got 2 precision tools that do blocks one at a time, and then we've got these 3 tools here which do things much quicker. So let's go show you what all of our hard work has paid off as. So let's go somewhere where I don't mind doing a little bit of damage. Let's just kind of go hot and off over here. We can always fix this up if we want to. All right, so let's say I want, let's use our wonderful new axe called Chop It Down. And you see this big tall tree here? And I want some spruce wood. Boom, the whole thing comes down super fast, and it's raining again. This biome, by the way, guys, just so you know, the seasonal spruce forest, it rains here all the time. So if you don't like rain, don't move in here. I didn't realize that. All right, so the tree chopper down, or the chop it all down. Basically, you walk up. Whoa, that's a creeper. If you walk up to a tree, doesn't matter how tall it is. There might be a limit actually on the how tall it can be, but yeah, you just go whack and hello, thank you, that's my tree. All right, and then you can do the same thing. So we got here dirt. What dirt? Boom, boom, boom. Gone. Right, so it does it in a 3x3. So if I look down, like right, let's kill that. Right, so if I look down here, let's just take that out, and let's take that out. See, it does a full 3x3 area. Right, here's a good spot. Boom, boom, right, boom. Oh, is there something? I'm not sure why it didn't do that, but yeah, like 3x3. So it just chews through this stuff, right? Super fast. So it's really good for getting rid of a lot of dirt really fast. This tool would have been absolutely amazing when I was building my house over there and I had to get rid of all that dirt. Chop it down would have been wonderful for when I wanted to, you know, get a whole bunch of wood for all of my building projects. These would have been just great, but I didn't have them. All right. And the last thing is our Tunnel Maker 4000. And for this guy, we're gonna go into one of my little mining areas, and I'll show you how great this thing is. And oh, I did a little work here. You'll see. I got rid of the secret door here because whatever, right? I left it over there because I wanted that to be blocked off. But we do have another little secret door that we kind of got a sneak peek of before. Whoop, leads into here, and it's nothing special. It leads over to our old little hidey hole that we first used, right? And in behind here is a huge mine, whoop, that I've been using to get resources. Look at this thing. Look at the size of this thing, right? So this guy has. This guy doesn't have the smelt on it, right? So if I was to mine something in here, right? This does, again, it does a 3x3. So let's go boom, right? Boom, boom. And it just gives you all of the ores. So you can just pick all this. Oh, and I've got a full inventory. So let's just get rid of a bunch of stuff. Like that. There we go. Yeah, so it just mines like crazy, right? I want all of you. Boom. Mine, right? Unbelievably crazy. And now the last couple of tools that we made. So we've got this precision smelter. Now watch this. I want, I need some iron. Boom. Not only does it mine it super fast, look at that. It's smelted, and it gave us, because we've got luck on this pickaxe as well, we got more than one. So I originally wasn't going to put auto smelt on my pickaxe because it's like, well, if you take an ore and you throw it in your smeltery, you get 2-to-1 ore. But with luck and auto smelt, you get 2-to-1 ore as well. And you even have a chance, I think, of getting 3, right? And so just look at that. Boom, we got 10 iron and away you go, right? And it does it with all the ores. So we can do the same thing with this copper, right? Boom, I got 2 copper here and away I go. I can do it on all this stuff. The soft touch, this guy here lets me basically pick up, like here, you see here, we've got the grass block and it's got the grass on top. I can pick it up with the grass, so because I got silk touch on that. It's super fast. It does precision, right, on these guys. It's not supposedly super great on gravel and things, but you know what, most likely if I'm working on that kind of stuff, I'm just gonna whack it with this precision hammer and go straight through it all really fast. Like right here, if I'm wanting some gravel, I just go boom. Oh wait, oh that didn't, maybe this doesn't work on gravel. Let's see, this still works. Still works on it. It's just not fast, right? I don't know. Maybe there's a downside. Maybe I do need a shovel. We'll see. But yeah, there you go. This. Oh, and now I'm lost. Where was my exit? Here we go. And yes, I do know there was diamonds on there, but I've got a million of them, so I'm not too worried about it right now. And of course, this is our guy that takes us back to our other base. But here you go. So there you go. We've got some amazing new tools that we can use. Oh, and it's, I'm gonna go back down because that is super loud. Amazing new tools that we can use to basically excavate out all these types of rooms. We're making more stuff underground. And here's our chest area. I've been expanding this a bit. But yeah, so we've got amazing new tools. The precisions. Oh, wow. Like that was... Oh, actually, there's another awesome side effect. I like using the stone in here, right, instead of the cobble. Well, now with this guy, when I break a block to get into something, it actually gives me not cobblestone back, but it gives me stone back. So no harm, no foul. Boom, looks perfect. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? All right, so with that, I think we can call this an episode. This one has definitely gone a little bit long, but here we are in our item system that served us so well today, because you would not believe how many resources, well, I guess you just watched me do it, but a million resources and one to make all of these tools. But we've got an amazing arsenal now and ready to take on any resource that is in this game. And we are good to go with weapons and tools. And with that, I will see you all next time.